Breaking news, the US-Iran ceasefire is set to expire tomorrow afternoon Eastern Time. Now originally, J.D. Vance was set to go to Islamabad today, but he did not board the plane. Well, Iran has told mediators that they will not send a delegation for peace talks, for the second round of peace talks with the US until the US blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is lifted. We know that currently Iran has a blockade, but the US has also a blockade since about a week. So they're mainly trying to harm Iranian vessels from accessing Iranian ports. So we have two blockades right now. The situation has been fairly peaceful, markets have gone up, oil has gone down, but of course, as a result of this, and President Trump is saying that he has all the time in the world. Why does he say that? Because he doesn't care. For him, the US is a major exporter of crude oil, and therefore if there's a blockade in the Middle East, there will be a lot of demand, mostly from South America or from Europe, coming also to, of course, America. However, the Middle East is a key strategic point because of its geographic location. Countries in Asia are not going to buy the crude oil from America. It's just way too far. The shipping costs will be too high. So eventually, the Middle East is, of course, the Strait is going to open eventually. The pressures are very high. Many Southeast Asian countries are running out of fuel. And now what does this mean? Well, it means that, of course, the price for crude oil has gone up again. And it's currently around about $100 per barrel. We can see that it has gone up from the news. People and investors are expecting that the strait will be closed. Maybe we'll have missiles coming again. Let's see. Good for oil, not good for the markets in general. Now, another thing that happened today, and this is a short video for today, is that Kevin Warsh, who is said to be the new chairman of the Federal Reserve, has had his hearing. So he has had his hearing in front of the Senate, and he is essentially said and is being questioned about whether or not he's going to be a puppet to the president Donald Trump, and whether he will lower the interest rates because Trump asked him to lower the interest rates. Now I want to play a quick 10-second clip of this hearing.
Trying to suggest.
Are you going to be the president's human sock puppet?
Senator, absolutely not.
Are you going to be anybody's human sock puppet?
No, I'm honored the president nominated me for the position, and I'll be an independent actor if confirmed as chairman of the Federal Reserve.
My friend, Senator Warren.
Okay, so he's basically being questioned here for 4 or 5 minutes straight whether he will be the puppet of the president, and then also if he will help any of his political friends bail them out or do what they say, essentially, which he has denied. Now, does this mean that we're not going to see reduced interest rates? No one knows, and he's not going to say that. Of course, these announcements are not being made publicly until the FOMC meetings. But we know that he is very pro crypto, and he is also pro AI and the AI revolution. And he essentially is saying that in order for the US to win the AI race against also China mostly, we have to reduce the interest rates to allow these companies to grow and to take on cheaper loans and to grow, essentially, because AI is super important according to him. And I agree with him. AI is important, but reducing the interest rates right now, while we have inflation rates of like almost 4%, I think is not the right time. But it's good to know that Kevin Warsh is pro crypto, and he will most likely reduce the interest rates at some point, probably not immediately, but at some point, yes. And now into Bitcoin quickly. So we can see that Bitcoin is, of course, right now trading in a bear flag. We can draw it in this way, or we can also draw it in this way, which I have drawn it in. Both ways work. Essentially, the idea is that we're currently at top level resistance here at the top side, which has been acting as resistance before, we can see here. And the pattern that I mentioned in the last few videos is that, so this is the whole bear cycle right now. This is the peak, 126,000, we're going down. The idea is that every time before we go down, we retest the previous highs. You can see we retest the previous highs, and then we go down. We form this pattern here, bear flag pattern, retest the previous highs, we go down, and the same thing is happening right now. We're retesting the previous highs right now, and I expect with strong likelihood that we are going to go further down because we are in a bear market, because we have previously never really broken out. And I don't see a strong reason as to why we should break up here, especially given the fact that, according to history, the bear market always lasts for 364 days. Have a look at this, 364 days. I mentioned this also in the last video. 364 days we go down. Yes, there are times where we go up during the bear market, of course, just as in a bull market, which usually lasts 1064 days, there is times when we go down. But the trend is in one direction. And in a bear market, the trend is downwards. So we know that we go 3 years up, approximately we go 1 year down, and that completes a full cycle, which is 4 years usually. And according to this, we are set to go further down. Yeah, we might go a bit up, but because we are at resistance right here, because we previously went down at resistance, I think we are most likely going to go further down until we reach the 364 days, which will be beginning of October approximately. So the best thing that you could be doing right now is to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and in my opinion Bitcoin alone, because there are so many altcoins right now. If you go back 8 years, so 2 cycles before, there was so fewer altcoins in the markets. As crypto becomes more popular, everyone who is someone is creating an altcoin. There's altcoins called Fartcoin, there's Trump coin, there's any coin. These are just random crypto coins which someone is trying to pump up and then liquidate you and get your money out. So what you should be investing in my opinion, is Bitcoin. Invest in the #1 crypto on the market. Buy every week, buy on a weekly basis as much as you can, until essentially you can do that at any time, but now is a very good time to do it because we are at these low levels. And if we do what Bitcoin did before, we can see that we always make a higher high. So if you buy here or if you buy down there, it doesn't matter in the long run, because you're going to be in profit 1 year, 2 years from now. And with that being said, we're almost at, I think, 1,960 subscribers. Let's bring it to 2,000 subscribers, please. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you tomorrow. Bye.